a long while since I've actually talked to you guys between being busy with conventions and photo shoots and vlogs and all that jazz. I haven't really sat down and made a video where I talk to you guys. However, this is a con report, so it's kind of like, yeah, let's catch up, but also let me talk about this convention I just went to. So as the title reads, we are con reporting on Otakuthon 2018. Now, this convention was a whirlwind. I don't even really know where to start. I guess I can really just start from like Thursday and then go from there. So this year at Otakuthon, they must have took a lot of people's input from last year. I actually said it in my con report for last year that Otakuthon should mail out their passes ahead of time, which they decided to do this year. Sadly for me and the others that I ordered my passes with, ours did not arrive in time. I understand it's the first year that they're doing this type of thing, but it does kind of suck that it didn't arrive in time for a lot of people. I could see like a few people here and there, but there was a lot of people who didn't get their passes, so they kind of have to tighten up on that. The one thing I will say though that they made up for with that is people who ordered their passes in the mail and didn't get them, they could go into an express line. So when I went to get my pass on Thursday, it only took me like 20 seconds to basically get my pass, that sort of thing. So I did really like that at least they tried to make things a little bit easier, considering we didn't have our passes. The other cool thing with the passes this year is that now to get onto the con floor, you actually need to scan your pass. It has, I guess, like a little code in it. You scan it on the machines that you go through when you basically go up onto the con floor. So that way it kind of keeps normies out, I guess, sort of thing. They do tend to still crowd around those areas until they can't get in, but it does keep it from being crowded with like kids and people who really shouldn't be there, or people who really aren't supposed to be there and not enjoying the actual convention. Now overall the weekend went fairly smoothly in terms of cosplay. On Thursday I was in my casual teen punk Leo from Fairy Tail. Definitely probably one of more comfortable cosplays, and I will be wearing him again for sure. So that was really fun. I also ended up doing a lot of photo shoots starting on Thursday and then throughout the whole weekend. Not on Sunday though, luckily. And they turned out well. It was my first time using lighting equipment actually, so it was a really good experience to get used to that. And I could also do nighttime shoots, so a lot of cool shots came from that. I'm really excited to start working on them. But I do have a little bit of a backlog, so I'm gonna work on that first. Friday, finally, for the first time, I ended up cosplaying my waifu. I finally cosplayed Daya from Love Live Sunshine. She is my ultimate babe from Aqua, and I had such a great time. Me and Awa-chan, we ended up wearing the yukata versions of them. I believe it's the summer yukata versions. I was Daya and she was Mari. We had a photo shoot together. A lot of people received the cosplay so well, and I just honestly had a great time cosplaying with her. I don't know if it's just because I'm lacking couples cosplay, friends cosplaying, but I want to do that more because it just kind of brought more excitement to cosplaying with friends, and the heat didn't bother me as much, even though I was kind of sweltering. So there was further excitement on Friday. For the first time this year, I decided to finally compete in my first ever Masquerade ever. Friday was basically a lineup to see if I could get into the Masquerade, and I did it! I got number 39 of 40 people on the Friday. They do let more people in on Saturday, but I just made it on Friday, and I was just buzzing, you know, standing in that line for 2 hours just so I could sign up. Now you may be wondering what cosplay I entered. If you have seen any social media over the past 2 years, I want to say, so any Instagram or Facebook posts, you will have known I was working on a very special armor design for Lucy Heartfilia from Fairy Tail. It was my own original design based off of her Sagittarius dress form. and I finally completed it before Otakuthon of this year. I originally was talking with friends months ago saying, man, like, I'm so proud of this, I can't wait to finish it. And they kind of put the idea in my head saying, you should compete in this. You look really good, the quality looks amazing, you know, you should try and compete in it. So that little thought in the back of my head, you know, just kept kind of pushing to the forefront, and I ended up deciding, you know what, I'm gonna finish this cosplay, it looks fucking amazing, let's compete in it. Fast forward to Saturday, I was super lucky to have a handler, not Kim Cosplay, if you have seen my photos of her and in vlogs. She volunteered, well, I asked her and she agreed wholeheartedly to be my handler for the weekend, and she basically helped me get dressed and everything and transport me to the convention. I got in the full cosplay. I ended up competing in Novice since it was my first time. The judges really seemed to enjoy the work that I put into everything. I made almost everything from scratch, so it really made me so happy to finally bring this out to the public. And obviously I went on stage and competed. I had a lot of friends and support in the crowd, and it honestly means so much to me that any of you who just decided to come for the Masquerade just to watch me, I thought it was so kind of you, and I really appreciate the support. When I went on that stage, it was basically such an empowering moment. I don't know really how to describe it. There was nerves and there was anxiousness, but there was also like so much like pride in the work that I put out and put forward, and I honestly can't even describe the whole feeling of being on stage. Yes, going into this, you know, you kind of have that thought like, oh, I do want to win something, you know, I put so much work into this, I want something to result from it. But my forethought was, I want to bring this cosplay on stage, I want to show people what I did, and that was more so my reason for competing. I didn't really necessarily have to win, but it was a really fun experience, and it was amazing figuring out what dens were like and den parents and, you know, green rooms and all that fun jazz. And it was really amazing meeting the other people that were competing in my division, seeing what the other divisions were like, because, you know, that's where I'm going to be elevated, you know, that sort of thing. So it was honestly such an interesting experience. A little nerve-wracking, but honestly having Kim there and having a lot of people, you know, supporting me, it made the experience so much more smoother. And then we move on to Sunday, which was the awards ceremony for the Masquerade. I went, one, to go for myself, just in case I won something, and also to support my other friends who were competing as well, because, you know, they did so much hard work too. I wanted to be there, I wanted to scream their names and make sure they got really loud cheers. So the Masquerade Awards started off, and obviously they started with the novice category. They announced a few names and I was like, okay, like, you know, they did amazing jobs. Like, I am so happy they got it. And then, and I get chills just thinking of that, and I might tear up, because they announced for Best Original Design, and in my head I'm thinking, oh my god, is this me? Is this my armor? And then they announced me, and all I could do was just cry, and I'm starting to cry right now. So I made it up on stage and I like shook every one of the judges' hands, and I was just like in tears. And the judges were like, you were so beautiful on stage, your work was amazing, we really hope you come back to compete again. And that made so much, like, it made it so much worth it in the end. So I ended up getting this badge, this whatever award from Otakuthon for Best Original Design. So as I'm crying up on stage and everybody's screaming and like congratulating me, they go through the next entries, and then I also got an honorable mention for stage presence, which I never even thought I would like qualify for, you know. I didn't put a lot of work into my skit, it was more of a walk-on, and even then it was more of the cosplay workmanship I wanted to be judged on. So I was floored. I was floored, and I was so happy that everybody there was so happy I got an award. And oh my god, I'm just so blown away. I'm speechless right now. I also want to mention congratulations to every single person who won an honorable mention or an award at the Masquerade, and congratulations to every single person who competed and maybe didn't win something. You actually took the time to put some love into a cosplay you made and competed in it. You took the courage to go on stage in front of hundreds of people probably and be judged on your workmanship and your skit, and you did it successfully. Don't feel like you failed. You did an amazing job even just getting there. That is honestly the biggest thing for me. Like, yes, I won awards, but I got to that point. That is what mattered to me, is the fact that I finally, one, finished this cosplay, and two, actually got to compete in a Masquerade. So please, please, please show yourself some love, because you did an amazing job just getting to the competition. The other thing I forgot to mention was after I just finished my skit on stage, whatever, my walk-on stage, I came off and I ended up getting stopped by two people for photos and a video actually of my cosplay. I never would have thought. If you see my social media, I posted a photo already, but I'll put one around here somewhere. The video is out now and I looked at it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm opening a cosplay music video, oh my god, I look so good, you know, I look badass. I was just so happy. So like, that made my day even more. It made my whole weekend, really. So really, that was my whole weekend for Otakuthon. All I could really say is that amazing job on the passes in terms of mailing them out, even though a lot of people didn't receive them in time. I'm sure they will tighten that up for next year. The staff for the Masquerade in general was incredible, you know, like, I couldn't really ask for anything more. They made sure I got to be where I needed to be. They made sure that I could rest or take my cosplay off before going on stage. They made sure that we had like water and snacks and all that sort of jazz. Like, honestly, their staff was really good. I'm kind of interested to see what other convention staffs are like for Masquerades, but Otakuthon, very top tier, and I'm really happy with what they did. I just want to thank every single one of you who has followed my progress for this Lucy armor cosplay for 2 years now. I'm so happy that you guys have given me the encouragement and told me to sleep and told me to eat and take breaks so that I didn't burn myself out during con crunch. If you know who you are, you know who you are. You message me specifically, like, don't kill yourself over this and make sure you sleep and take breaks. You know who you are. Thank you so much. Thank you to every single person who came to the Masquerade to watch me compete for like less than a minute. I really appreciate it, just having you there and knowing that you were screaming and yelling for me out in the crowd was beyond amazing. Thank you so much. Probably the biggest thanks is gonna go out to Kim, not Kim Cosplay, for being my handler. Thank you for, oh my gosh, thank you for dressing me, thank you for carrying my skirt, thank you for helping me get chairs so I could sit down and undressing me and helping me get places. I really appreciate it. I wouldn't have been able to handle it without you, and hopefully you'll be my handler again in the future, and I will definitely handle for you as well. And I love every single one of you for following my work, and I'm really excited to keep competing and to go back to Otakuthon again next year. So that is it for this year's Otakuthon Con Report. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm glad to finally catch up with you guys on what I've been doing, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, thank you all so much for the support and love, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys!